Welcome back to another episode of the Rangeless Travel Podcast. We're your favorite adventure travel hosts. I'm Britt, and this is Ryan. Together, we travel the world by plane, train, and 89 Ford Sportsmobile. Every Tuesday, we share stories and tips to inspire you to book that next trip. So go ahead and don't be shy. Follow along with us at Rangeless_ on Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. This week is your ultimate guide to Bay of Conception, because if you're like me, you're very excited about the Bay of Conception because it's like what everyone talks about and everyone's like, this is Baja, Bay of Conception. But there's quite a lot of different spots that you can stay and different options, different beaches, different price points, and it can all be a little bit overwhelming. So we're going to break down a few of the most popular beaches to stay at, why you should choose which one you choose, what each one has, where we stayed, and we're going to touch on some of the other options that there are. First comes first, stock up in Mulahey because you're going to kind of be... Make sure you have water. Make sure you have some food. Make sure you have things. There are
You
vendors.
gotta have a full fuel tank, first of all, because there's no petrol between here and Loreto, which is like 2.5 hours away. Also, fill up your water tanks. Everything you can get in the water, get it in Mulahey before you come down.
Yep.
Because, again, you're relying on vendors. There is vendors that will come around and deliver water to your camp spot, but like you're having to rely on them. They don't come every day. They could be a little bit more expensive than what you pay for in a
You're going to be paying the
town.
premium to have your needs met and delivered to you.
And they say it's drinking water, but I don't know if it's drinking water.
Just be prepared.
Yeah.
Just come with the stuff you need. Whatever you need, get it in Mulahey. There's multiple options there. There's multiple grocery stores. There's multiple little markets. My favorite fruit stands Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right outside the gate of Mulahey. Maybe stop there. They're great. We love it. So just come with what you need. And then if vendors come by, you just have extra stuff.
Yeah.
Now, their main kind of spots to say are Playa Santa Spec, Playa Escondida,
Playa Las Cocos.
and Playa Los Cocos.
Yes.
And
then further down, like halfway down the bay, there's also Playa El Requesón, which is that little sand spit that goes out, which is paid as well.
Yeah.
Those are like the main camping areas.
The main ones.
Here's some advice. Don't go on a weekend. Don't try and arrive and set up your camp on a weekend. That's what we did. It was a mistake. We had to...
We stayed at Playa Los Cocos is where we decided
We did,
to
but we
stay.
drove to every other beach that day.
We
And it
did.
was a Saturday, which was a bad day to show up. And everything was very busy.
Yeah, that is why. And we don't have four-wheel drive. If you are new here... First of all, we are at Rangeless_. You can find us YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, Instagram, all the places. And we share our travels with us and our two dogs. And we drive a 1989 Ford Sportsmobile. And it is not a 4x4.
No.
We do not have four-wheel drive. So we went to all of like the...
Easily accessible beaches.
like paid spots. We went to paid spots. Because that's what we did. And we chose Playa Los Cocos. So Santa Spec is going to be the first one you come to when
It's probably the longest stretch of beach, too. It's probably also the busiest stretch of beach there.
It's also, if you have like a big rig, like if you're driving like...
a bus.
A schoolie, that's
or
probably
a big
going
class
to be...
A or a big long, anything like 30 feet plus, you're probably going to want to pull in there.
Yeah, that's probably going to be your spot. They have a restaurant there, I've heard.
Yeah.
We did not stay there.
No.
But they do have a restaurant there, I believe.
Yeah, I've heard it's great, but it's very crowded. That whole beach. That's what I've heard about it.
Your next spot being down is going to be Playa Escondida.
Escondida,
yeah. Which is 200 pesos a night. And they have the hidden bar.
Yeah.
And on Tuesdays, they have Taco Tuesdays. And on Fridays, I've heard they have oysters.
We didn't try the oysters. We did try
and
the
every day they have
cocktails, though.
Every day they have delicious pina coladas and delicious margaritas.
And it
was packed.
Yeah, absolutely packed. It's
small.
a short bit of beach. There was all different kinds of rigs there. We saw Class A in there. We saw Class C's. We saw lots of vans. People pulling trailers. Everything and anything between. People in tents. It was all there.
It was all there. It was cool.
It was cool. Liked it. But we didn't stay there. We stayed in the one next to that.
Which is Playa Los Cocos. We stayed there because palapas.
It's got the palapas. Escondida doesn't have any palapas, or it has one or two, but you're not going to get
one. It also
one.
had bathrooms, very sophisticated toilets.
Very sophisticated dry toilets that were pumped out every week, but
they
were actually maintained, which was nice.
One of them even had a door.
One of them had a curtain, and then
one of them you were just nothing at all. It
was facing the highway, and I had to go at one point, and I didn't know about the other ones, and let's just say people on the road, they got a show.
Lucky them. Gross.
But yeah, that's pretty much all the facilities that are there. They do lock the gate at night, which is for security reasons, but it's not really needed. But it's nice that they do it. But
we liked the palapas.
We loved the palapas.
And we also liked that Playa Los Cocos was paddleboard. We could paddleboard to both Hidden Bar, which is at Escondida, and Nomadico, which is a cafe
that we love.
So Nomadico, if you watch any content on Baja, you see every like van lifer stop at Nomadico, and they're like, they have the best coffee, they have the best this. They really do.
It is really good.
They really do.
We loved it so much we bought a full bag of beans.
And it's pricey, but you're like, I mean, the whole premise of Nomadico, it was two women. This is what I believe. It's two women were like, we want to bring really good coffee to the desert, and they are the first cafe in the Baja Desert.
Yeah?
Yeah, and it's awesome. Like, the vibes are immaculate. They have, like, cute dogs that are sleeping in there.
Really good coffee.
Really good coffee, good Wi-Fi, great place to, like, charge up.
And you're looking at the beach. Like, you're looking at
they also have water there. If you do need to fill up water, they have water there. If you're in a sailboat, I don't know why you're watching us, because
we're in a van.
But if you're in a sailboat, people also
More there,
yeah, and like spend a lot of time there. It's fantastic. It's a great place to work for the day if you're just trying to
get some stuff done.
Fantastic. It was a great place to be able to paddle to. They also have dinners and they have like lunches, they have food. I've heard their ceviche is amazing. They also, if you're in a big group, you can pre-tell them that you're coming through in a group, and they'll do like a pop-up dinner for you.
Nice.
I've heard like a few different caravans going through, like set something up with Nomadico, and I've heard it's like incredible.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably the best thing to do in the area is to go out paddleboarding. It's so much fun.
In the morning, and early in the morning is when a lot of the sea life is going to be the most active. So we've heard people seeing dolphins, gray whales. And bioluminescence also happens in the Bay of Conception. We did not get any bioluminescence, but people the week before we were there got the bioluminescence. It's fine. They're jellyfish and stingrays.
Yeah, there's a lot of stingrays in the beach, so be careful. You got to shuffle your feet when you're walking.
You don't want to get stung. If you do get stung, hot water.
Yeah, you got to submerge it in a bucket of hot water and keep it in there as long as you can, like over an hour, so that as hot as you can bear and as long as you can, basically, to neutralize the venom, because let me tell you, that feels like a bee sting when you initially get stung, but it gets so much worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And the only way to prevent that is the hot water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you keep heading south, there is going to be more spots. One of the spots that's like really famous with the little spit going out is going to be more south. What is that called?
That's Playa El Requesón.
Yeah. We almost stayed there, but I had read some reviews of like recent reviews that people were walking their dogs, and the family that runs the beach have multiple aggressive dogs that they do not keep on a leash. And like one person was like, no, like my dog was bleeding, like we had to leave and I had to go to a veterinarian because their 3 dogs attacked my dog so bad. So that just sounds like problems waiting to happen, and like that's not something I want to go to or support, but it's there. Now if you keep going south, you can actually then start going east onto the peninsula, Now, these are 4x4. We can't get to these, but they're free and they're super remote. And I've seen some pictures and some drone footage of other creators, and they are amazing. So if you
get an entire beach to yourself.
Yeah, so if you have a more capable vehicle than we do, I would definitely suggest researching into those more east spots out on the peninsula and those 4x4 only spots. You can find those spots on iOverlander. There's quite a few that are pinned with like pretty good descriptions, and I would suggest looking into those.
Some of them are pinned, like, okay, we've heard of things getting stolen down there too, like someone's boat got stolen and slashed down there, so like maybe don't leave things outside of your rig. But we've also heard of people saying, oh no, I found this amazing spot, but I leave bad reviews on iOverlander so no one takes my spot. So like it's I don't know.
I think from being in the area, I think that it's probably fine.
Yeah.
But just again, use your head. Trust your gut. If something feels off, just don't question it. Just trust your gut.
Yeah.
Something's off. Just whether it is or it's not, don't question it. Don't like talk yourself out of it. If something feels off, just leave. Yeah, like, and you're not going to want to leave.
We were there for almost 2 weeks, and we were sad to leave because we wanted to stay for longer. Like, that's how much we loved it there.
Yeah, but our
propane was completely empty.
And then our fridge doesn't work, so, like, we just had to go. Try to get a palapa. Honestly, like, they're so worth it.
Yeah.
It's so nice, especially when you're, like, in the van, to have somewhere outside but still in the shade. Yeah. Oh, amazing.
I mean, if you're arriving at the start of the season, it's probably easy to get because there's not everyone there yet. Yeah. And but people, like, we arrived on a Saturday, and the beach, every beach was full that we arrived into. So we pulled up without a palapa in like an empty spot, and we parked there for the night. And then I walked down
the
next morning, and 3 different people were saying that they were leaving. Yeah. So, like, we had to pick up 3 different palapas that we were able to, like...
Yeah, so don't be rude to people, but, like, if you get there and there aren't any palapas, it doesn't hurt to just walk and be like, hey, like, do you know if anyone's taking off anytime soon? You know, we're trying to get a palapa or whatever. People will be like, oh, yeah, I'm leaving in 2 days, or I'm leaving tomorrow, or I'm leaving... give me, like, I'm leaving in, like, a few hours, actually. I'm driving down the road.
Yeah, and that's what happened. Like, someone was packing up, and I was just chatting with them about...
And then, like, multiple people were like, oh, I'm pulling out, too, and it was fine.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any fuel, so if you need fuel, make sure you fill it up. If you have jerry cans, fill them up. Do all of your fueling in Mulegé before you get there. If you don't have something to get out on the water with, I would suggest getting something to go out on the water with. If you literally try to find like an inflatable tube from like an Amazon return store in Mulegé.
Yeah, and if you're really, really stuck, there is a guy that comes along the beaches and rents out kayaks. And people were doing that. So
so you can rent kayaks. So like keep an eye out for it.
Yeah.
They'll come.
Other than that, just enjoy yourself, really. Like, it's a beautiful, beautiful place to be, and I loved it. I wish I could go back.
Yeah. If you want more from us, you can find us at Rangeless_ on YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, and Instagram. And until next week, bye.